Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle Sports and Gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Batman, my favorite character.
Merry Christmas, Ray. Happy holidays. All right, kids. Welcome back to another episode, the holiday episode of We Are the Night.
Batman Podcast.
I am Phil, and joining me as always, I don't want to call her the Grinch, but
Hey!
no.
Well, it's fair enough. It's a little hellfire. The Florida woman who stole Christmas.
She hides in a cave up in the hills. It is. That's right. So, holiday episode. I mean, we kind of did a little last week with Robin 2, but this time we're really going holidays with Christmas with the Joker.
Iconic.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, when you say like something Batman holiday something, yeah, I think it's the first thing most people think about. It's like, oh, Christmas with the Joker.
I always wondered, like they could have almost done something like this for Spider-Man, but they didn't. You remember the animated Spider-Man cartoon? Because he always lets the criminals get away in the comics during the holidays. So
I know.
That's our running gag. If you don't listen to Ultimate Spidercast on the other feed. So.
How dark would that be if they let someone go and they strangled someone on Christmas Eve?
It's like it's Uncle Ben all over again.
Great power, great responsibility. It doesn't pertain to the holidays. All right, So
yes, this is a live watch. So if you have HBO Max or if you have the DVDs, VHS, whatever, no tea, no shade, Blu-rays, crack it open and crank it up.
Hey-o. All right, so I'm watching on HBO Max, even though
I too am watching on HBO Max because I'm too lazy to go to my storage unit.
I was going to say
everything's in storage right now, so it's like really it's the only choice I have.
It would be I'd have to really set up the something to play the DVD. So yeah, no. And if you're looking for it on HBO Max, kids, it's season 1, episode 38.
I know it was the third to air, but technically I believe it was like the 30th to be produced, and they're using the syndication package model on HBO Max. I believe on the DVDs it's episode 3. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think I do have the DVDs. I believe it is pretty early. Somewhere in those first 3. All right, so are you at the Warner Brothers animation logo?
Alrighty.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, play.
And I don't skip the intro. I'm sorry. It's
no,
like Justice League. I never skip the intro.
This is the original, like, animated intro. You don't skip. Before X-Men, before
this
Justice.
like literally sucked us in.
I know. I had to watch this every time. How many hundreds of times I've seen this, I still have to watch it. That Batmobile.
That music is so amazing.
Oh yeah. And if you want, like, even if without the music, I mean, the music is spectacular, but even without the music, I mean, this sums up Batman to a T. It's just like,
yeah,
corners guys on rooftop, whoops out that battery.
They used to care about kids. They just don't make kids shows like this anymore.
No, again, it's all, if they do anything, it's like a toy grab and stuff.
Not to say that this wasn't a toy grab, but the toys were definitely an afterthought.
Exactly. Now, all animation, it's either like PG-13, and basically like F the kids, or it's just like they put out cash grabs.
And you want to know something weird? This is the only episode directed by Kent Butterworth and written by Eddie Grukowski. I don't know why. This is such a good episode. Why they never came back.
Unless they moved on to something else. I don't know. Oh God.
Batman smells iconic.
Just think about this. They're singing carols and decorating the tree at Arkham.
That's a really big tree for a mental asylum.
The Joker got away.
Out of here, suckers!
I know. How did Joker get a jet engine on that Christmas tree? But he did. Look at that giant phallic object.
You know what's crazy? Didn't The Simpsons sing the Batman Smells Christmas one?
Yeah, I think Bart Simpson might have created. That might have been the originator of that.
Look at that elevator all the way down. Getting a little big for that Robin suit, ain't you, buddy?
Oh,
Like damn near tall as Batman. Come on, bro.
he's a college man. Leave him alone. I love the whole premise of this.
Exactly. He's like, bro, it's Christmas. Your obsession with the Joker is ridiculous.
You know who's not around to celebrate Christmas? My dead parents.
All right, that's going to work one time and one time only, buddy. You used it. This is your mulligan.
You think I could take a night off from flogging myself with the memory of my dead parents? No.
See, look at that. Rich
What?
man. Living on the cliffs on the Palisades outside of Gotham.
Oh, yeah, and that whole giant cliff is just hollowed out. Batcave, yeah.
Exactly. Who's that, Bleeding Gums Murphy? Oh, Lauren Lester. Bless his heart. Or her heart? No, his heart, yeah.
Yeah, his heart, yeah. Yeah,
You know, because a lot of women play boys.
Oh, yeah. But no, we might have to.
So I always have to double check.
Well, I'll have to try to get an interview with Lauren Lester because I'm sure Kristen is also interested in that. So, hey, lady, you dropped your package.
None of these accents are consistent. I love it.
It's a melting pot, Lil Telfar.
I really feel like Gotham would have like a like a Boston type accent where everybody kind of.
Hey, lady, you just dropped this package.
All right, you know she gives him one of those back.
Aw, thanks, you wicked sweet kid.
Exactly. He's like, it's not the Great Ghost.
They're back. I love their back home. Bruce is like, we still should have looked at. We still should have checked this anymore.
This is what I aspired to as a child, and now I do have my own little cozy movie room.
Oh, really?
It's my office, but it's still cozy.
If I ever had the money to make my own home theater, it would be like superhero theme. Big bat ears on the back of the chair, superhero suits, and glass around the wall. Wait, that's not A Wonderful Life.
He's making TV shows for the love of his life. Come on. I know we say he doesn't. He loves Batman. I'm sorry.
Come get me, boo. Oh, that laugh. You could tell Mark Hamill had so much fun playing the Joker.
He's got a fetish for rockets, aka phallic symbols.
Whoa.
Oh, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Oh, you got out of my way. Thanks a lot. Christmas with the Joker.
Oh, wouldn't it be cool if they did it every year? Because he goes the first annual.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, the Joker! There's so many great Joker moments. Like even like Almost Gone when he has him strapped in the electric chair.
Yeah.
And this was, well, she probably should in production. She probably should. Did she show up before? But I was gonna say no Harley in this.
Yeah, no Harley in this. This that she comes later.
Ew. Bruce and his "I told you so." I told you something bad was gonna happen.
Aww.
I think those are just like wood cutouts of the audience, but how awesome would that have been if Joker had like made all the whole audience out of like gingerbread or something?
The Merv Griffin music in the back, so classic. This is like he's like Kramer.
I was gonna say, what is this, Kramer's apartment? Uh. Oh, look, he's got Gordon, Bullock, and not Montoya all tied up.
Exactly. That's about right, though.
Boy, he shoved that
Baby
in.
Huey ass. Bullock.
Boy, he shoved it in all their mouths. Hell.
What is this? The Dark Knight?
Mike's, he got Gordon tied up.
Yeah, he's like, you got till this time. We're gonna blow it up.
No, it's Frank Miller. Everyone has their clothes on.
Nice. He's not even trying.
Oh my
With
god,
the
now
little hand puppet.
that was pulling a Cartman.
Exactly. Taco flavored kisses.
But yeah, like Joker, prankster. I love.
Every time.
Oh, it's singing, yeah.
I've literally been singing this song all week too.
Telling his goons, yeah, sing us a song as you blow up the train tracks before all these people die, including what was it, the female cop's mother.
Yeah, if your car wasn't one walking phallic sign, it'd be a little easier to turn, wouldn't it, Bruce?
Wow. Hey, what rich man with a fancy sports car isn't overcompensating a little hellfire?
Exactly. Oh, talk about your phallic symbols. That train, jeez. Looking like Jeff Bezos' rocket to space.
Oh.
Like, I don't think that's as aerodynamic design as everybody thinks it is, but okay.
Well, is it supposed to like? It's supposed to look old fashioned too.
This is the only like Batman that I like that's like what's the word I'm looking, anachronistic, where you don't know what time it is, but it could be modern times, it could be olden times.
Exactly. That's why this series like ages so well, because you don't know.
Very timeless, yeah.
Yep. Separate them train cars.
And then it rolls backwards. I'm starting to think Christopher Nolan actually stole stuff from the animated series, honestly.
He stole stuff from a lot of people. Even the end of Dark Knight Rises, is basically, a modern version of Some Days You Can't Get Rid of a Bomb.
Yeah. I'm feeling like the Timverse didn't get enough love from Nolan.
I mean, love it or hate it. I mean, Tim Burton was doing original stuff with Batman. And we got the conductor out right before that front car goes over.
Hey man, Scarface is like literally losing. He's like, that's not even a good ventriloquist act.
This is more like Nightfall when he had the sock on his hand.
Exactly.
This would be funny if it was like, one of those PG-13 ones where that's what we need, like a PG-13 one, and that sock and that laugh or whatever is just telling Batman, "Suck it, Batman, you'll never be them."
Where does Joker get his money from? That's what I want to know. All this custom gaggery.
He steals it, or maybe he inherited some too, but he steals it.
You never see Joker rob a bank though, ever.
Maybe he invests good. I don't know.
Oh, white collar criminal. Gotcha.
And maybe he's good at building all this stuff. Who knows?
Oh, he stole it from Toyman. Gotcha.
Exactly. Talk about your phallic objects. That giant cannon. See,
No commercials here, kid. Sorry.
Lilith, look at him trying to blast Batman with that giant cannon.
Exactly. He's trying to donkey punch him, quite honestly.
Oh, Merry Christmas, kids.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
I think this is
Run, Batman, run!
I think this is only. I think this episode is only a Christmas present. The Ray Russell and Justin.
Why do they even have that?
What? That satellite thing?
The cannon. It's like, what are you doing?
Because it's the Joker. He's a dramatic guy.
You live in a town where there's literally crazed maniacs every week escaping, and you have that? Oh no. This is giving me bad flashbacks. You know the movie.
Oh. Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Oh man, them Joker robots. Oh no, with the gun barrels and the fingers, Lilith. Oh no.
Don't get fingered!
It's like we're one mind anymore, kids. You know it's gonna be pretty sad. It's like
They have a playbook? He called it Operation Cause and Effect. They have a playbook. Oh my god, I forgot.
It's Batman. He has contingencies for everything, remember?
It's like you have to remember a playbook to be a Robin? I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, man.
I left that behind in lacrosse and soccer. No, thank you.
I think that's like what Roy Harper or somebody said once. It's like, it's like, yeah, Oliver kind of ignored me half the time. He's like, but it was still better than all the crap Dick had to go through. He has a wristwatch under his glove.
Hey-oh, rubbing everybody out, eh?
Got something on your chin there, Joker. If this had been the first Joker episode, how funny would it have been if we don't see him till the end because he's just like talking through puppets and stuff.
Good thing Betty Boop's owned by Warner Brothers. Or it used to be. I don't know where the rights are now.
You mean Betty Blooper? And why is it
Sing it, brother.
Why is it half the time we get Joker, we get like a scale model of the city? I mean, that's gonna Phantasm.
Exactly. Oh, that music hits so good. The tension, the suspense.
Lavco. I
Better
mean,
than better than Acme.
that's true. I mean, if you're Batman, wouldn't you, after like a couple times, wouldn't you like start putting like hidden cameras in every like clown
Every single clown themed or abandoned warehouse, yeah.
toy factory? Yeah.
The city's in shambles. He doesn't have time. Put some new music on for his boo. Little nutcracker, hail.
Hey, oh. No, enough of your holiday plans.
He's literally a kid in a candy store.
Oh yeah.
When did he have time to plan all this? I just want to know.
Who, the Joker?
Yeah, he was in the asylum.
He spends all year. What else are you gonna do in the asylum, Lilith?
I don't know. Write letters and poop.
Yeah, so you got plenty of time. Your lip hurts after a while after going. See, that's the whole point, Lilith. If Arkham breeds this, because they have nothing else better to do than sit there and plan this crap. Hell, Christmas Eve, Penguin, Two-Face, they're all in there planning their next scheme.
Batter up.
Oh,
no, they don't call you Batman for nothing. Knock it off, kid.
and as much as you may dislike the Batman Ray, you have to admit he has some of the best rogues gallery in comics.
Oh, not the teddy bears.
Oh, the old cape trick.
Crushed by love.
No, they get hit by the giant bear. I'm sorry.
I have that gift wrapping paper. That Batman gift wrap paper. That's actual thing.
So is that supposed to be boiling acid? It almost looks like, I don't know, spaghetti sauce.
It's Oliver Queen's chili. That's even worse.
Yeah.
He gave him a cream pie in the face. All this for a cream pie in the face. Can you believe it, kids? Phil's marking that time down right now. Up. Aw, you should have let him go in the vat of acid. He's done it before. He'll be all right. Bah humbug indeed. Oh, this is the first Alfred, isn't it? This isn't the second one.
Oh.
I think this has to be Clive. It's not Ephraim.
Maybe. Hold on, let me see. Maybe Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. It says.
No, the one on HBO Max is wrong.
Okay.
No, I can't watch the next episode right now. I'm sorry.
As much as she may want to.
Okay, so fun facts that you might not know. Tim Curry was the original Joker, but they deemed him too scary. And I was like, oh, I mean, I love Mark Hamill, but Tim Curry? Oh, wow. That would have been definitely a different take.
Yeah. But again, it's like you never know because now it's like Mark Hamill is so well, known for it and that's such
Yeah, you just couldn't imagine it. But I wouldn't mind living in that timeline where Tim Curry voiced the animated Joker. That would be a crazy timeline, I think.
I mean, I'd be at least curious to hear what that sounded like, yeah.
But yeah, like Mark really gave it like depth. Like he changed the inflections and then of course the iconic laugh, that's all him. It's just he kind of like matched Kevin Conroy's energy, how Kevin Conroy changes the voice. So
Oh yeah.
they kind of like really played very well off of each other.
And again, it's like I think Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill really. I mean, not that it's a bad episode, but this could have gone so goofy, and so.
And you can tell he actually he said he was a fan of the Batman comics and stuff in the '60s show. So a lot of it, like when you like listen to interviews and stuff, you really see that it informs the character that he crafted.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And in case you don't know, Mark Hamill can actually sing a little bit. So.
Ooh, nice.
Fun fact about Mark Hamill you may not know.
But yeah, I mean, Kevin and Mark both like elevate. If you got like a weaker script on one of these episodes, those two really elevated it.
Yeah.
They saved some of the. Yeah.
I think it's really charming, and like to think that this was the third episode for the most part that aired in most places says a lot. I think it was like it had to be like in November then, so I think because it premiered in like late October.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
So yeah, I like this episode. It holds a special place in my heart. I think that it's very funny. It's very charming. It's very endearing, and it's like good signs of things to come from the show overall.
Oh yeah, and again, it's like point out a throw a stone. You're gonna hit a good Mark Hamill Joker episode.
Absolutely. All of them are like just absolute bangers and classics though. But you know who also tried out to be the Joker? John Glover, Mr. Lionel Luthor himself, who is technically still holding the DCU together. I always found that really cool too, because he had worked with unfortunately Joel Schumacher and a couple of other DC projects as well. And I think he still goes on to voice some animated stuff, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. He goes on to work on Smallville, probably 5-6 years later. So, fun little note.
I mean, yeah, that the John Glover thing doesn't surprise me because he's basically played almost every DC villain in some shape or form.
Seriously? I love that for him. And he's a great guy. If you ever go to a con and he's there, please go get his signature and talk to him. He is hilarious.
It almost seems like, anytime they're casting a villain for a DC project, either live action or animated, his name's got to be somewhere in the top 3 probably. It's just like, can we use John Glover for this?
I don't think I have any other interesting tidbits that people wouldn't know. So, I don't know. Do you have anything?
I don't think, but again, just, I mean, the other reason, we had to do this too is, again, so we could talk more about Kevin Conroy, who we just lost recently.
Yeah. Oh, it's so, it guts me, but he has this great just body of work that just lives on, and every generation after can find it if they need it. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of like the vibe between him and Robin, but they didn't really utilize Alfred as much, like, because it's still early in the show. I love, like, later on in the show where Alfred really becomes a character, and the character dynamics between Bruce and Alfred. You just kind of tell he hates that he does it, but he's there because obviously he needs somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that goes on to inform a lot of Alfred interpretations later on in other movies as well, too. So,
But again, too, it's like, I mean, they didn't have a lot of time for a lot of character development because, again, it's just that, it's the Joker show. I mean, Mark Hamill.
exactly, we're just chasing the Joker. But I mean, I think it's a very well. I think I love the design of like all the Joker props and stuff, and the obvious Laughco. I was like, they could have went with Ace. They went with Laughco, so that's or Acme. They could have went with Acme too. So yeah, no, it's little details.
Oh yeah. Again, if it's not playing cards, it's the clown motif.
Yeah. I don't ever really have a bad thing to say. I know like some people actually don't like this episode for whatever reason, but that means they're just not a real Batman fan. That's all.
I mean, like I said, there's some of it is so ridiculous. It's like, thank God.
But that's what's gonna happen when the Joker shows up. That's
exactly
just how it is.
Again, and two, it's like, yeah, I could see this with other actors, but with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, I'm like, how can you not like this?
It's like I said, it's very charming and endearing, like it is, and it goes on to set up the relationship between these two characters for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cat and mouse.
And again, like we were saying, like when we did our Kevin Conroy tribute, it's like, yeah, anytime you read a Batman comic, you hear Kevin Conroy's voice. Now it's like, I dare any of you to read a Joker comic and not hear that Mark Hamill laugh.
Exactly.
That's what you hear when you read a Joker comic.
Yeah, it's really funny because I can't think of whose voice I thought of before this show came out when I was reading comics. I was like, I think it was just my voice. But yeah, now it is definitely Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, you just came up with some random voice or something. But yeah, now, you hear Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, I think. Mm-hmm. Not too many people have that.
Yeah. And again, the live action guys can duke it out amongst themselves. But yeah, like you said, it's like, people are going to be compared to Conroy for, when they do any animated Batman for, well, probably till
the Earth blows up.
The rest of the time. Yeah.
Till Earth kills all the humans. Yep. But yeah, solid A+ for me. I rewatch this every year, so this was a little ahead of schedule, but much needed actually. Yeah,
because I was gonna say we really did. We didn't get any Christmas related Batman stories this year, did we?
I don't think
in comics or anything. I don't think.
I think they focus on honestly DC more focuses on nowadays it's like Pride Month and Halloween. So,
well, and again, you know what? I mean, I don't think any comics ever done like Christmas every year, just because they don't want to. Like,
it's a little alienating,
and it's
not everybody.
Yeah, and it ages the characters too. If if you're showing the passage of a year every year, yeah.
Well, annuals, because honestly, I think. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But again, I mean, they should. I mean, I wouldn't mind a holiday something. I mean, even if characters don't celebrate Christmas, whatever they celebrate, to have them celebrating whatever,
Yeah.
Well, again, at DC.
Well, what do you have? You have like a Silent Night of Batman. You have a Christmas Riddle. You have Noel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then you have that Batman Adventures Holiday Special.
Oh yeah.
And Sleigh Ride from Detective Comics.
Yes.
I think those are the ones that really stand out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Batman Returns the movie is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Which we'll probably do next year.
We should.
Maybe get Justin.
Yes. Oh, if nothing else, we got to get the other host of this show. Yes.
And we'll have like some popcorn and just really roast the stuffing out of that movie.
I mean, Lilith, we could split that into 2 episodes.
Absolutely. The rewatch and then the reaction.
Well, no, I mean it's at what at
It's-
least a 2-hour movie. We
Yeah, it
could do
is a
1
2-hour
hour.
movie,
We
isn't
could do
it?
1 hour, then the second hour.
That's easy content farming. I'm down for that. So yeah.
So yeah, so be aware, Justin. I was gonna
Nothing
say.
really new on the Batman front right now.
Well, I was gonna ask. I mean, we do the Thwippies over on Ultimate Spider Cast. Is there anything that stood out to you, Batman wise, this year? Even not just comics, but any merchandise or anything, or
Actually, it's been a really quiet front on the Batman merch for me. Like all the stuff that I see and want is like at least 2 years old. To be
yeah.
honest.
I don't see anything like brand new because it's like you don't have like those props. I
Well, we
saw.
don't have like everything is like from the Batman, and I didn't really like the character sculpts and stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I ended up getting the James Gordon. Oh, I did. I told you I got it for $5. That James Gordon police car set from the Batman.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason why I got it was because it was $5. Because like I don't know, it's just I'll take that back. I like the Catwoman, the Selena Kyle on the motorcycle Funko. I thought that was the best one. That was like my favorite Batman merch this year. I think.
Yeah, I kept thinking about pulling the trigger on that, but yeah. Some of those Funkos were good,
But like the shirts were like I didn't really like them because it's like that red and it had like
Yeah,
the little. It
it's
was weird.
it's just the red with like his like yeah
Yeah.
his profile or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, the Batman merch hasn't really been doing its thing for me lately.
yeah.
So.
I mean, unless any of you want to get that McFarlane with the, I mean, is that even new? Is that this year?
No, that's
McFarlane
old too.
with the 2-foot cape.
Yeah, I think that one is actually from like last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I was telling Justin about that. We're saying, yeah, you would need some like big long display case if you wanted to put that in like a something
Yeah.
for that freaking cape.
But yeah, like the I will say that I think because they are not going to continue with Batman Urban Legends. I think that's a shame. I'm going to reiterate that. I hope that picks up again in some shape or form because I feel like Batman needs an anthology book outside of the main continuity because I don't care for anything that's going on in the main continuity right now.
I mean, do they need to bring back?
I think they probably had to do it because of Dark Crisis. Maybe I don't know why, but maybe that's what they were thinking.
Or maybe like do a Legends of the Dark Knight again, where it can take place anywhere in continuity, and make it like a normal size issue, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was definitely worth the money, and I love the showcase of all the new
Yeah.
artists and writers we got. We definitely need more of an anthology showcase because we don't have DC Presents anymore. And I really thought that was a fantastic thing, and they spun so much out of it. So I was just really shocked that you said that they were not moving forward with the book. So I just want to put that out there that like I hope they change their mind and give us something very similar in the new year to replace it.
Yeah. Legends of the Dark Knight, a Batman family, something.
And I think the Azrael book was a welcome change too, because like I am tired of the main Bat family, so I think they see the fatigue of that too.
Did you say
and
that?
He's a legacy character. It's 30 years. Same thing with Death of Superman. So I thought that was really smart timing as well.
Yes.
So I'm not even an Azrael fan, but I actually like the book because it's like a fresh start for the character, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they actually got that timing down. Yeah, for his 30th anniversary. So you said that's going to spin on that. There's a miniseries now, but you said that's going to be an ongoing.
If it does well, I guess. And I heard that it's doing pretty good numbers.
I mean, if the 90s people are buying stuff, I mean, you would think that would sell.
Yeah, I heard it's doing really well, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did go on and get another book, so a main book.
And again, I think a lot of people are like,
because I know they want to get rid of like Deathstroke Incorporated is what they were saying, so I think that might.
Yeah.
And which would be, and they're not really that Batman Incorporated is not going to go on too long, so that could fill the void for both of those,
Yeah, I think that's like another mini series, like a 5 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean, how far did you think you were gonna get with a Batman Inc. not led by one of the main bad people? Ain't it's Ghostmaker.
Yeah, hopefully Ghostmaker meets his demise and we never see him again. It's not bad, like I said. It's a mystery, and eventually somebody we know has to show up, right?
You would
right?
You would think.
That's what I'm holding out for.
It's gonna be it's gonna be the Scooby Doo moment. Someone's gonna pull up their mask and it's like Batman was here the whole time.
No, I guarantee you. I almost guarantee you that's what it is, and that's the moment I'm waiting on. Because I mean, why else would we be doing that? Ghostmaker.
For
We
some
did
reason,
build him up during Fear State, though. Not gonna lie.
they do want to make him some kind of character. They want to make him a thing. I don't know why,
It's
but
like, babes, we got Peacemaker already. Stop.
and again, it's like you have how many bad characters? How many more do you need to spin off?
As many as they can, unfortunately.
Which I get it, that stuff sells, but it's like, well, why don't you work on somebody else? Work on the Superman stuff. Work on Green Lantern,
Work
Flash.
on Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
No tea, no shade to who's writing it, but like, can I get like Can I get a Wonder Girls book? Like, no tea, no shade to Batgirls. Can I get a Wonder Girls book? That would be amazing. Please and thank you.
Oh hell, then you could do a crossover between them at some point.
Exactly. I miss my Wonder Girls, so it's like we haven't seen them in a while.
It's like I know Batman stuff sells, but the Bat stuff's in a good place right now. Go work on everyone else, DC.
Can't see the forest for the trees. Like I said, DC's just been in shambles for like the last 5 years.
What do you think? It's just a new head came in the Warner Brothers and stuff, and they're just like, oh, look how profitable we're trying to be. Yes.
I don't know what it is. That's why I just like the books are okay, and like that's why I tend to gravitate toward the newer stuff. I feel really bad for I Am Batman because it could have been such a great chance for an actual like Black Batman, but you just can't get invested in it because it's like, why should I care about this guy? I care about his brother. I don't care about this guy.
I mean,
I wish it was Duke. Like the character has so many uphill battles to fight that even if the story was amazing, it's still that taste in our mouth. Like, why did you create a new character? DC has a really bad habit of that when they have other specifically Black characters that could have filled that role.
Yeah, like we said, like we keep saying, it's like between the probably editorial interference, and it's like, yes, we had Black characters who could have just stepped into this role, but no, they created a new
John Ridley's Marvel stuff's amazing. The I Am Batman stuff is like, it's mid, it's meh.
Yeah. Oh, his Black Panther is great.
Amazing. So it's just like, what's the difference here?
Yeah, it might be editorial. And again, do you think they're much more protective because it's Batman and that's like the only thing DC really's got going?
They could have had Superman. We could have had it all, but they're playing around.
Which I'm saying Marvel, not that Marvel's not protective of Black Panther, but it's like, oh, we got a couple different things over here. They'll give him a little more leeway.
Well, and especially since they sidelined Luke Cage. But no, like I said, John Ridley's a fantastic writer. I love him to pieces. Almost everything that he does, I absolutely love. And so I was just shocked that it was so just in the middle, safe,
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like I think that's been my biggest Batman disappointment so far. That and of course Future State. Like that was just going on way too long.
I mean that was not good for anybody, any character.
So yeah, I hope that with Dark Crisis we can get a fresh start and I can like jump back in. I will say I think I like The Knight too was pretty good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was pretty good, but like nothing to write home about. Nothing I would really recommend, but I liked it for the aesthetics.
Like basically Chip's version of Year One, yeah.
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 Chip's got a lot on his plate, and he's trying to build that world to his liking, and it's hard. I'm sure it's been an uphill battle for him too, even though he's like a freaking rock star right now. It's still, it's still Batman. Like they're still very much. He doesn't get the leeway that he does over Daredevil. And you can kind of tell.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just that whole thing. Like Batman has just been very. They're just trying to like. They're gonna give us Batman fatigue again.
Yeah, but yeah, speaking of editorial giving you no leeway, if you're writing the main Bat book, the main Batman, you're probably getting notes out the, yeah.
I thought Detective had a pretty decent year. Nothing really stood out for me on Detective though.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it that way because the last thing that stood out, it was bad. It was like when Gordon became Batman in the mech suit. Like
funny years, yeah.
I don't think we've ever recovered from that, to be quite honest.
Again, I mean, even though Batman and some of the others had some good stories in New 52, I mean, New 52 really put a dent in everybody.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. I guess Punchline. I've really enjoyed the Punchline book, but that's brand new. It's really just only
really 2 issues in, yeah.
So yeah, but the Joker book was good, even though that was technically a Jim Gordon book. No tea, no shade. They're like, oh, bait and bitch. But I don't think any of the events were really that good. What a waste on the Damien storyline.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been one of those years for Batman. So
Lots of Batman titles though.
so many, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the biggest week we had was like what, like was it 7 or 8 Bat books?
It was something. There was at least one
It
or
was
two.
damn near 10, and we were just like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous."
It was either 1 or 2 weeks.
It was
this
the whole
year.
week. It was
At
nothing else but
least,
Batman.
Yeah, at least 1 or 2 weeks this year. Yeah, nothing but Batman or Batman related. Like Harley or anything like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very worried for the property right now because like that's the thing. I think that the real problem is that they can only make movies. They can't make a TV show. What we really need is a Batman live action TV show.
Yeah. With Batman, yes.
Yeah, exactly, with Batman. And they just can't do it, so they're relying on the movies, and so that's why it's always just kind of, it just feels. It's almost like the Fantastic Four thing. It's like we just got to make a movie to make a movie because we haven't made a movie in a while.
I mean, is it that they don't have to make a live action Batman because
they can't because of the rights issues?
Yeah, but again, too, they don't have to really because even without
if they could, they would. They'd be frothing at the mouth. The legacy of Small. They would love to have something that has the legacy of Smallville for Batman. Even Arrow, to an extent, they would love to have that. Like the first 2 years alone blew like all the merchandise for Green Arrow, and it was like a whole cottage industry with the tie-in comic books, the conventions, and all that. They would love to have that for Batman.
Oh, I'm sure they were happy with like, we could push Green Arrow merch. Yes, go ahead. Yeah,
exactly. And for a while that really did boost up the sales of Green Arrow. Everybody was curious, especially like Longbow Hunters, Year One, stuff like that, because that's kind of sort of, it was loosely based on that. And it did. For the first 2, I'd say almost 3 years of Arrow, it absolutely blew up the Green Arrow comic books and the merch. And they didn't think it would, and that's why they kind of did Green Arrow. They didn't do Flash right off, because obviously Flash is the favorite child, right? So that was like testing the waters, and then opened up that whole universe. And they were still, so they're like, oh, we can't do Batman, but we can do Batwoman, and it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, but the Arrow thing, I mean, that even got the profile out there, because I know a lot of people who didn't know who Green Arrow was until that show.
Yeah, and you get the right actor, the right ensemble cast, and you really could have something as special as Smallville for Batman. And that's what ate their goat about Smallville. They really weren't expecting that show to go 10 seasons, to have the history that it has and stuff. Like, say what you want about like the last 3 seasons, it still went 10 seasons, one of the longest running CW/WB shows, and everybody still will put on the cape for Tom Welling.
Mm-hmm.
and Michael Rosenbaum, obviously. So
I mean the only thing that beat Smallville like lengthwise was Supernatural, right?
Yep. And that was just a fluke. I don't know how I don't know how it happened. I mean, literally, like it was supposed to end at season 5, and it goes on for 10 years. The creator leaves. Like all the major executive producers leave. McGee doesn't even produce the show anymore. I think we're like Bobby. Robert Singer was hanging on by a thread. It's like a whole thing with Supernatural, and I don't know how they did it, but they did it. They might have sold their soul to the devil. They might have.
I mean, if the numbers were there and they were like, hey,
no, it wasn't. That's the crazy thing.
Really?
The rating. I mean, I guess for a CW show, like they did hold down the Thursday and for a while the Friday night slots. Like they did perform, but like not compared to like normal network TV.
Were they still able to like sell merchandise? I mean,
we didn't even get merch until like I feel like we didn't get major merch until like the 10th or 11th season.
I mean,
and the same thing with Smallville, though. That's not true. Actually, we stopped merch after season 7. If anybody knows, like they really kind of stopped like the yearbooks and the magazine and everything kind of stopped around season 7. So that was kind of like the sign, like, oh, this show's holding on by a thread. Same thing with Supernatural. Their magazine stopped at like season 9, I think.
Oh, man.
And I know like the only thing that they ever really had coverage-wise for press was TV Guide every year, right? Because TV Guide's owned by CBS, which was co-owner of the CW, right? So it's like a whole thing. But I would love to have a live action Batman. And now that HBO Max is basically the main driving force of all DC TV, and we have James Gunn, I kind of feel like we could do it if we could wrangle the rights. I think it would be amazing now because we can have a more mature, like, we don't have to like pander to network TV kind of thing. I think it's time. I think it's time for them to reevaluate it.
Right to HBO Max, you could do it mature. Yeah.
I don't know who I would want to be like the showrunner or who's even a good Batman right now. Who would be a good Batman? I don't really know any of the young actors anymore.
I don't know. I mean, they always go for like a name now, but it's like if you could find like a good.
I would have said Milo Ventimiglia, who played the ogre from Gotham and also from Heroes. That like he still has and he was in the Rocky. He's part of the Rocky franchise. So I think he has the look and he has a fan base. So that's who I would pitch if we're gonna go like a little bit older. But like if we're going like 25-year-old route, then I would not know where to start.
Again, find an unknown. Somebody with talent.
Oh no, I take it back. No, he's too skinny. I was gonna say the girls love Timothy Chalamet.
I mean, I mean, if you find a way to do like what Disney does with their program, get him in the gym.
But see, this is the thing. Like DC doesn't believe in that. They want a name, so they don't have to work that hard.
Jeez. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah, like no, honestly, they don't want to really do a lot of the heavy lifting, which is.
Again, I'm probably in a minority, but I really don't care about a name as long as the person can, convincingly portray the character.
Well, they want a built-in fan base. I mean, you see how hard the uphill struggle was for Stephen Amell. Yeah. Like why he had to have his shirt off every single episode for 2 seasons. No, there is a reason they did that. If you look at almost all the shows that had male leads on the CW that were unknowns, same thing with Beauty and the Beast with the Ryan guy, he had his shirt off for the first season every single episode.
Yeah.
So it's that uphill battle. Like you have to do other things if you don't have a built-in fan base.
Oh, I get it.
So I mean, I see DC wants to like be able to put into like they don't want to have to put so much into marketing. They want to be able like because the production values of Arrow season 1 and 2 are amazing. There were so many explosions, different sets. So like. You know what I mean? If you have a name that pulls people in, you can spend that money elsewhere. So I do get the business side of that. And within the no name, you don't have to really pay them much. Like we all know, Stephen Amell really didn't make much money until season 5.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's like you have to play that balance scale. But we need a live action Batman TV show, even if it's just like a mini series by 2025.
Yeah.
They need to work on the rights issue, what's ever holding them back from doing that. So,
but is it also too? They're like
that's my thing. Work on that, DC.
Yeah, was it always like? Well, we want to put out a movie too, so.
Well, and that's the thing. If they put out like a limited series that like leads into the movie,
yes.
Give the old Disney Plus model.
Why not?
Since they want to be Disney so bad. I have a lot of ideas. Maybe Warner Brothers should call me.
Do like a Batman Year One, like like the him training thing, and then it's like, oh, you want to see him as Batman? Go see the movie.
Exactly. No tea, no shade to Robert Pattinson. Y'all know I love my Bat-Pat, but that movie didn't do as good as it could have. So like, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, but they watered everything down because it's like people we're still fighting for Affleck and the Snyderverse, and then they bring in Pattinson as another Batman. It's just and
we still have that whole Joaquin Phoenix Joker situation.
And then who knows what's going on with Michael Keaton?
He's like, I'm never coming back to Warner
I know, but it's like that's the thing. It's like once again, kids, whether you love or hate the Disney machine, there's one person playing one character.
Well.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I heard we're getting a new Tony Stark.
Oh, really? What, like a younger one or?
A Mexican one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Quite possibly like a multiverse variant in the next phase. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I want one. I wish for Warner Brothers to get their act together.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my biggest hope for next year. I hope that's their New Year's resolution too, is to make all the main Trinity successful in whatever media way they can.
Dear Santa, bring us a cohesive DC movie universe. Thank you.
Exactly.
All right. Has this Christmas story come to an end?
I believe so.
All right. Yes, we talked the episode. We pooped on DC. All right.
But yeah, if you guys want to tell us your favorite stuff from the year, we'll be more than glad to read it in January.
Yes, and also yes, we have one more episode with me and Justin coming up. Speaking of Azrael,
Blonde Batman.
yes. So yeah, we'll have Justin and I'll be covering Detective Comics 667 through 669, and maybe someone might pop up for the last episode. So
For the
or
last issue. Yeah, maybe.
So, if only we could shine a 69 light in the sky. So yeah, come back for that next week to take you into your new year. And then yes, come back in January. Have some good stuff with you. January we'll be covering some annuals, a bunch of year one stuff for some of the villains. So
And no, not One Bad Day type stuff.
no.
I hate that brand now. I hate that it's a brand.
And I'm like, it worked for some of them, but it's like
One Bad Day Riddler.
But the Mr. Freeze was kind of like trying to be like a feel good holiday special, and I'm just like,
I'm
why?
like, babes, you do know Mr. Freeze's backstory, don't you?
I know, but it's like, and they wanted to make it almost like a feel good holiday thing. But I'm like, One Bad Day. I'm like, you're mixing signals in this one.
Yeah.
And I thought that when they first announced it, weren't they like, oh yeah, it's gonna be everybody's everyone gets over on Batman? And I'm like, really? Except for like the Riddler one, it's like, has anyone really gotten over on Batman?
I mean, yes, Batman needs to be knocked down a peg because God mode is insane, but like, pick your battles. Pick your battles.
And again, too, that's kind of how you advertised it. And I don't, except for like the first one, I don't think you've really done that.
They don't know what they're doing. You know what? I might put my resume in. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do it.
If I get some feedback, if you guys write in and tell me to put in a resume for DC, for Warner Brothers, I'll do it.
All right, all friends and fans of this show, can you imagine if we got her in there and then the emails feedback would be pouring in then Lilith Hellfire. People would be like, ask Lilith if she can get Ambush Bug a show.
Charlie? You know what? With James Gunn, we just might get an Ambush Bug, so I don't know.
Oh my.
Just hold on. We're working on that Booster Gold thing allegedly right now, so I don't know. We might be able to get an Ambush. Allegedly.
Oh, nice.
You didn't hear that from me, though, but allegedly, we're still working on that.
No, they've been allegedly working on that for a while, haven't they?
I mean, but actual scripts have come to fruition, picking out scouting locations, allegedly, so we'll see.
Well, I think they were afraid to pull it. You think they were afraid to pull that trigger, and then like Peacemaker did so good, and they're like, I don't know. I think we could do it.
Yeah, I think absolutely that's what it was.
Any like not second tier character they were afraid to pull a trigger. They saw that what Peacemaker did. They're like, I think
even
we could
Black
do it.
Adam. I mean, even if The Rock hadn't played him, because we all know he should have like played Lobo. Or him or Jason Momoa should have played Lobo. Like, we all know that.
And again, there's a certain segment of the population who's here for evil or anti-hero Superman. So
exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that works. All right. So yes, kids, if you want to send in feedback or if any executives want to offer Lilith a job, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow We Are the Night, the Batman Podcast, on Facebook, on Twitter. Capes and Lunatics is on Hive now.
Whatever that means.
We're still building it, Lil.
I know.
On the ground floor. Maybe by the time it's fully up and running, we'll have lots of friends.
Yeah, we did that with Get Vocal, and that bit us in the butt too, though. So I'm very tentative with new social media.
Yeah, but we're not like broadcasting from there. We're just posting on there.
I know. As soon as I get that music on the profile, I'm going to be all over it, though.
Oh, I can wait for what song you're going to put up. All right, kids. So yeah, follow all the social medias for all the shows we do. Once again, stay up to date on all the shows now and new stuff coming next year. Remember, Salty and Petty is almost here. Marvel Tales over on the other feed is almost here. So yeah, follow all the social media so you stay up to date. The YouTube channel, once again, this and everything we do gets a video, so smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it.
Smash it.
Once again, we are gaining slowly but surely we're gaining subscribers, Lil, so we're getting there. Oh, you know what? Where were we at? Last time I looked, were we at like 258 or something? So we only need 11 more, kids.
Do your thing, internet.
It's something like that. Yeah, we're within spitting distance of 269, Lil. So that's all Lil wants for Christmas. Get us to 269 at least for now on YouTube, and then 369. All right, so. Yes, the YouTube channel, most importantly, the Patreon. If you want to get us a gift, yes, subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're paying for this out of our own pockets. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including that best gift of all, the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Yes. This in December, you will hear, yes, we're going to talk. Usually we talk a lot of Marvel, but we're going to be talking some milestones. We're going to be talking Blood Syndicate, 3132, yes. So, something for you DC fans.
Milestone fans. Not all Milestone fans are DC fans.
True. Well, some could be both.
Well, now it's merged, but,
Yeah. Close enough. That's the closest I guess. Some of the closest I can get you for DC, love. All right. So, yes, not only do you get that, but yes, you can subscribe now and get the whole series of superhero movie brackets. Yes, we have picked a winner, so you can listen from the beginning.
A wiener.
Yeah. Hail. Yes,
We crowned a wiener.
Lilith picked her wiener. Yes. So yes, you can listen to the whole series from beginning to end. We have other specials on there. And in 2023, if you're a patron, you get to vote. And again, we would like to have a ladies' night because, yes, it's quite the sausage fest on our Patreon.
We need some clams and yams.
Whoa. So, yeah, don't let all those boys hog all the fun, ladies. Yes, please subscribe and show them who's boss. And while you're on the internet, again, hey, man. Want to buy from small businesses? We're as small as it gets. Buy some Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. And then again, once again, we're the smallest of the small. So if you just want to rain random money on us, there is a Cash App link in all the show notes on the podcast, on the YouTube. So please make it rain on us.
Make it rain.
Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people offer you jobs or send you Christmas presents? Or
if you want to find me on social media, I'm still on Twitter until the day it goes up in flames at Lilith Hellfire. You can also find me on Hive at Lilith Hellfire as well, and of course on TikTok, making all the comments and maybe some content. But you definitely gotta follow, hit that follow button to find out at Lilith Hellfire 69. Duh.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Remember, kids, it's Christmas time.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch. I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels, so somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Don't forget, go watch A Wonderful Life and have some eggnog, kids.
That's right. Listen to that dick, Grayson. All right, kids. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And again, in 1 week, me, Justin, and maybe a special cameo from Lilith Hellfire for our monthly ASBAT. And then come back in 2023. Because again, Unlimited Justice may be getting replaced by Salty and Petty, but Batman's going nowhere. Sorry, Ray. Batman's not going anywhere. see Ray crumple up his Christmas list and toss it in.
Better luck next year, Moon Knight nerd.
You know, Lilith and I run on spite, Ray. Come on.
We do.
All right, kids. Come back next time. Remember, join us same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Beer of the night.
The Batman Podcast.
And remember, Christmas morning, watch out for those phallic objects.